everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel, The Girl with Rose Tattoos. My name's Becca and today I am going to be sharing with you all the books that I read during the month of July. And I think I have 7 books here, which is quite a lot. There was like a week I didn't read it all, and then all of a sudden, like at the end of the month, I read like 2 books in like 4 days. So yeah, so let's start with these books over here. The first one, the ones I read, was The Invisible Life of Addie, LaRue. Love this. So this, of course, is about Addie, who was born like in 1714 or in the 1700s, and she made it a deal with the god of night, where she ends up, you know, just living forever and can never die. And no one can remember her. Like, the instant that they don't see her anymore, they forget who she is. And this is how she lives her life forever until, I don't know what year, in the 2000s, she meets this guy that actually finally remembers who she is. And it kind of follows their story, and they're wondering why he can remember her. And it's such a great book. It's a big book. And there is a love story in this, and I love the love story. And, you know, there's like between Addie and 2 different people, and who she ends up choosing at the end, which I kind of like who she chooses, not gonna lie. But amazing book, amazing, well written. I highly recommend it. Just such a good, amazing story, and it goes back and forth between like the present time and then back to the 1700s when her curse, I guess you can call it, happened, and you can follow it very easily. And it's just, I recommend this book to read, and I do love Addie as a character, so highly recommend reading this book. And let me know if you've read any of these books down in the comment below, because I would love to hear. Next book that I read was Things We Do in the Dark. So this book is about Paris, and she was arrested for killing her husband, but she keeps on claiming that she did not kill her husband. But when the cops showed up, she was covered in her husband's blood with a murder weapon near her, and they suspect her for murder. And as this is happening, her secrets of her past end up coming up, and a person from her past is pretty much blackmailing her and saying that if she doesn't come clean about who she is, that she's going to expose her for what she did in her past, and she's scared of it. And there's some twists and turns that I do not expect in this book at all. I was not expecting. It was a lovely surprise. This book was fast-paced, easy to keep up with. Loved the twist in it. Love what people got, what they deserved in it for what they did in their past. I love Paris, and just I feel bad for her, and you learn what happened to her husband and who actually killed him, and it was kind of surprising, honestly. And amazing book. Highly recommend Things We Do in the Dark. You know, all these books that I read last month I got from Book of the Month. Book of the Month is amazing. I will talk about it in my Book of the Month haul that's coming up soon. Next book was Firstborn that I read. Another psychological thriller. It's about 2 twins, Molly and Katie. They're identical twins. They are very opposite of each other. Molly lives in London. Katie moved to New York, and Katie ends up dead. And Molly does have like some psychological issues. You follow the story of Molly and her trying to figure out who killed her twin sister. They used to be very close together until Katie moved to New York, and it kind of broke the relationship. And Molly does deal with some psychological issues. She does have like severe OCD, and due to that she rarely leaves her house, rarely flies, goes out of the country. And there are 2 major twists in this book. Did not expect these 2 twists. The first one was I didn't expect either one of them. I was very surprised. This book was okay. I liked it. I did not love it. I did not like Molly. at all. I'm not gonna reveal the surprise twist. Let me know if you read this book and like if you expected this surprise twist, or like you were just as surprised as me. Honestly, I did not like Molly. She kind of frustrated me, annoyed me a lot. Did not like everything that she did. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this book or not. I liked it. I don't think I loved it. There's just something about it that I just feel like I could not connect with in this book, and just was not one of my favorite psychological thrillers. Next up, we're gonna do The Lies I Tell. It's another psychological thriller. Okay, so this is about Meg. Meg, I believe that's her real name. Meg, who for a living is a con artist, and she was not actually trying to get into the business of being a con artist, but she was kind of like in a rough patch of her life, and she found like a guy that did someone wrong in her past and ended up getting revenge on him, and it just kind of went from there. She only conned people that deserved it, and ended up one of her cons ended up hurting another person named Kat, she goes by, and Kat wants to get back at Meg in this book for what she did. So the book goes back and forth between Meg and Kat, and Kat is like, at first she's trying to get back at Meg when she sees her again, and then she realized that Meg's not actually as bad as she thinks she is, and she's actually befriending her, and it's a really good book. I love just the development of the two characters, and it kind of reveals to you why Meg is the way she is, and what happened in her life in order for her to become a con artist, and what happened to Kat for her to hate Meg. And I can kind of see like how she blames Meg for what happened to her, but also like it's not really Meg's fault because she did not know that this was going to happen. She didn't intentionally hurt Kat, but it was a short book. It was not that long. I think I read it in 2 days. It's a good book. Probably not my top favorite. Don't know if I'm gonna keep it, but I enjoyed reading it though. So, good book. Next up, we have Youre Invited. So this takes place in Sri Lanka. I might be pronouncing that wrong. And so there's these ex-best friends, Maya and Kavi. And Kavi is getting married to Maya's ex-boyfriend. And she gets invited to Kavi and her ex-boyfriend's wedding. And she thinks it's kind of strange because Maya and Kavi haven't talked in a very, years, 7-8 years. And so she shows up at the wedding to stop the wedding. And the whole time you're reading this book, you think it's because she's still in love with her ex, but the surprise ending of why she wants to stop it, did not expect that. I thought Amaya was just had severe psychological issues this whole book, and I had a hard time getting into Amaya's character. And then I realized the psychological damage, how she got her psychological damage, and how she has PTSD from her past, and this is why the way she is now. And I feel bad for her at the end of the book, and I liked it. I did not love this book. I just had a hard time connecting with Amaya and really getting into her character. I just didn't understand her motives of why she was going after the person that she was going after. But at the end it did explain it, and I felt bad for Amaya. And Kavi, never liked her. I thought she was just this privileged person that kind of just does what she needs to in order for her to succeed, and it's kind of what she does, but she's not my favorite. So I didn't really like any of the characters in this book whatsoever, so that's probably one of the reasons why I did not enjoy it. I did not connect with any of them. It was good, but it was not I need to reread it again type of book. Next book, this one pulls at your heartstrings. It ends with us. This is my second Colleen Hoover book that I have read. Oh, This book is so emotional. Warning, this book does talk about domestic abuse. It's like the main topic of this book. So if that topic is hard for you to read about, do not recommend It Ends With Us. It's about, what's her name? What's the main? Lily. So Lily has, growing up, she sees like what a domestic abuse looks like and how it affects a relationship, and she ends up finding this amazing guy, and the relationship does not turn out the way she thought it was, and she's really upset, and like, I want her to be with this guy, I forget his name so freaking bad, Riley. I want her to be with Riley so bad, and I feel so bad, like why he became the way he is, like what happened in his childhood, and I feel so bad for Riley, but like what he does to Lily's not justifiable, and I think Lily makes the right choice in the end, but it's hard to see her leave Ryle, and kind of leaves on like a cliffhanger, and I want to know what happened with the ending. Like, can we have a second book to this, because I need to know what happened between those two characters. I'm definitely probably gonna reread this book. I loved it. Like, very emotional book. Has some like heavy hitter topics, but Colleen Hoover did a great job addressing these type of topics, and she's a freaking amazing writer. I love Colleen Hoover. Cannot wait to read more of her books. So last but not least, this is actually going to be a trilogy, The Stardust Thief. This is the first one. I think the next one's supposed to release next year. I picked up this book because it kind of reminded me of Aladdin. It did remind me of Aladdin, honestly, because it does Captain Arabia. So the main character that it talks about is Lowly. She is a midnight merchant. She is the midnight merchant. She sells like magical, she hunts like magical items and sells them on the black market pretty much, and she gets captured by the Sultan to go on this trip to find this relic, and he pretty much tells her like, either you're going to jail and you know you're gonna die, or you go find us this relic and we'll forgive you of selling illegal items. So she goes on this journey with her friend, who is a Genie, who's her bodyguard, and she gets sent with one of the 40 thieves, the son of the Sultan, who's the head of the 40 thieves, and gets sent on a quest with him, and he hunts Jin, and then another one of the 40 thieves goes also with them, and the journey they go on is amazing. A very well written book. I can't wait for the second one to come out because it leaves on a cliffhanger, and I want to know what the heck happens with everyone. Highly recommend this book. I want to read more fictional books like this. I'm trying to look for some more because it's kind of the type of books I'm in right now, kind of taking a break from psychological thrillers and like romance novels kind of, and I want to read more books like this. So that was the last book I read in the month of July, so that's all 7 of them. Let me know down in the comments below if you've read any of them, what you thought. Please let me know if you have any recommendations for books. Someone recommended to me A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and it's a series of 3. I want to read that. Almost picked it up today at Target, and told myself no, I need to wait to finish the books I'm reading. So I'll probably pick that up soon, and so let me know, guys, down in the comments below. Love to hear from you. And that's it for this video today. I hope everyone has a wonderful day, and I'll see everyone really soon in the next video. Bye.